The next product we're going to review today is the parts e-commerce platform from Revolution Parts. And I'm surprised how much opportunity is available to dealers who want to sell parts online, but right now are not engaged with Revolution Parts. Over 1,500 dealers are knee deep in the parts business by merchandising the parts that are available for sale and streamlining their parts selling process through the automation tools, inventory management, shipping processes, and advertising solutions that are all turnkey with Revolution Parts. Dealers who are looking to reimagine new revenue streams should be looking at Revolution Parts for 2023, especially as consumers are holding on to their cars for longer. So let's take a look at the video highlight reel from Revolution Parts.
Thank you so much for joining us today here. We're going to talk about Revolution Parts and the benefits we have for dealerships. So one of the things we like to pride ourselves on is really understanding where a dealership comes from. One of the really important things we like to do is figure out what are the dealership goals. Because if we're aligned with the dealership goals, then we can find the areas of impact which we'll have and what benefits our platform might be able to provide them. We have multiple goals we align with in terms of what dealerships often are looking for out of the parts department. Often revenue is the biggest driving factor, right? I've never spoken to a dealership that's not looking for more revenue and more profit. But oftentimes the dealership doesn't think about operational efficiencies of the parts department. And we've done quite a bit of research into how parts departments operate and how we can make that process better so that their customers are happier, the parts department spends less time on the phones and more time fulfilling orders. The historical obstacle to selling online, and I would say most dealerships have somewhat dabbled in this or maybe tried, is manually doing it yourself. There's so much work involved with the cataloging and creating listings and checking all these various places that's often not successful. The only way to scale online parts sales is really the automation aspect of things and integrating all of those different channels into one central platform. Revolution Parts has built a platform where instead of a dealership manually uploading their inventory, manually creating an eBay store, we centralize all of that and we make fulfillment and marketing a breeze. So I want to dive a little bit deeper into how our system works. The way you get the right fitment is, of course, with cataloging data. So not only do we get cataloging data from the OEM, but when you look at one of our storefronts, we will have vehicle fitment information, we'll have pictures, we'll have diagrams, and all the relevant information is seamlessly integrated. So let me give you an example here. If a customer goes to a website, they can either search by their VIN, search by the part number, or they can put in the year, make, model, and the next thing you know, they're buying the parts they're looking for. And one other thing that dealerships often have is third-party catalogs. So many dealerships we work with have things like WeatherTech floor mats. And what we allow the dealer to do is that they can also upload those catalogs directly into our system and then sell third-party items like WeatherTech floor mats, hats, keychains, lifestyle items. Anything like that can be built directly into our system. Now, the next thing that really makes our platform easier to use is inventory management. Something that our platform does really well is that the dealership has full control over how things are going to be priced. And our goal is to make as much profit on each of the different selling channels we offer as possible. The way we do that is that the dealership is able to apply different pricing matrix to each of those selling channels. So for example, as a dealership logs into our system here, they'll be able to go into pricing, they can manage pricing, and they can match the in-store pricing. They can choose their own pricing matrix. We give them full control over how that's done. But more importantly, we give them guidance and advice on how we can better increase their sales. We make it really easy for them to just log into here and get those orders. So we then take the cataloging information in regards to the weight and dimensions, and we preload it for the dealership. So if they're going to send it in the box it came in, they just put in that box size. And then we are integrated with FedEx, UPS, and we have a brand new self-built integration with the Postal Service. And they can print the label right here. Let's kind of cover the selling channels and go over all the things that Revolution Parts offers its customers. So we kind of want to start on the local level. 60% of all the calls parts departments take do not result in a sale. So what we did is we generated a quoting tool where a dealership can just create a quote, they can type in an email address, they can search the customer's name, throw in a product, and then send an email to them that says, hey, this is what we talked about today. And it turns out just sending that email increases the amount of people that end up placing that order. Because instead of leaving it stagnant, you're giving the customer the ability to self-service that order. More importantly, you can potentially just send an automatic message the next morning. And what that does is that it's a little nudge that tells that customer, hey, we're thinking about you. Hey, we make it easy for you to buy. And more often than not, the customer will be like, oh yeah, I still need that part. And they just place the order from, their couch. The next thing we want to focus on is websites of dealers. Most dealerships just have this dreaded parts order form on their website. So we replace this order form with the embedding into the website. We also have an excellent, I would even say world-class wholesale tool where dealerships can create groups for their wholesalers and they can invite them and the wholesalers can shop online at the wholesale discounted rate. And it's super easy to use and any dealer and wholesaler that uses it loves it. That being said, one thing dealers often tell me is like, I wish I had like half a delivery driver more. So what we did is we built a local delivery tool. And what we do is we partner with companies like DoorDash or Lyft. What we offer is the dealership the ability just to throw in the pickup address and the delivery address, and then the dealership will see live pricing from those different companies. So instead of sending Joe in a van or even in his personal car to drop off a part, they can use services like Lyft or DoorDash to just do those orders for them. This ends up being quite a big time saver. When I talk to people about this all the time, they also ask about the service lane. Can we use this to pick up parts from other dealers? And the answer is absolutely yes. Let's talk about marketplaces. We include great perks to being one of our partners and doing it through us. So with eBay, for example, not only can you list your whole inventory instantly, but you never have to pay for listings. The other thing that's great is that we have pricing recommendations, right? We have different matrices for different pricing. We have a great team here. Our customer success managers, they're awesome. And if a dealership ever joins our program, what we do is we kind of sit down with them and ask them, what are your goals? What are you looking to get rid of? What are you willing to take for that? And then we help them make sure that they understand how to get those parts listed online easily. So Amazon, how can we not talk about Amazon when we talk about buying and selling anything nowadays? Amazon is, of course, very fast growing and people are literally just buying everything and anything on Amazon. The moment they see that magic Prime button, they place the order and we have that partnership with Amazon. And that's really, really awesome. The last thing we do here, design custom websites for dealerships that have generic branding. Because what we don't want to do is say, hey, this is Dallas Dodge's discount parts website where you can get parts half off, right? We don't never ever want to do that. Our goal is to reach as many customers as possible by using these generic domain names and then generating a lot of revenue for dealers. Directly hand in hand with our web store goes our marketing efforts, right? So on average, we see an 8.75x return on our marketing spend and ad agency services, and we do things like SEO, pay-per-click advertising, and search engine management, and then of course email marketing. The best way to be successful online is to put your name out there in a space that's not very competitive, but has a lot of great returns on investment. And that's what our marketing team has proven time and time again.
Dealers, I hope you see that Revolution Parts has made it easy for you to sell parts. They've automated the marketing, distribution, and placement of your advertising to connect with more in-market shoppers who need genuine OEM parts. I'm sure you have some questions, so get your fixed ops director and your marketing team together and schedule a demo by going to revolutionparts.com.